how can I start off saying things that inspire you to be able to put a smile on your face, right? Um, because I was thinking about a lot of things over the course of a few months that we're in, right? It's 2018, and I come to realize no matter how much personal development we do, no matter how much hope that we read, no matter how much um, books that we have read, at the end of the day, a lot of people go through life blindfolded, right? And I have a book right here. He's the best-selling author of Power of the Subconscious Mind. Um, it's another somewhat form of the power of your subconscious mind, but it's how to use the laws of your mind. That if we begin to use our mind in a way that it could help us to achieve something that we want through understanding that we aren't here to really live of life by the notion of the idea that's uh, because there's a pool of ideas, opinions out there in the world that it's incorrect to the way how we should be living or how why we should be living the way that most people live. And sometimes the struggle is real, and we tend to forget that. I was thinking about. I told my brothers this that people society nowadays tell you to get a job, to not do your dream because it's unrealistic to pursue your dream because it doesn't make money at the moment, because entrepreneurs doesn't most people believe, because basically when you go, nothing wrong with a job, right? Nothing wrong with having a job, but most people tend to go to job to survive, to day, and nothing wrong with that. But I come to realize, because as me and my brother talk, as I come to realize what people get wrong is whether my uncle or my aunt, whatever, or society think that to get a job so you can become a product, productive member of society. But what they forgot is you have a long years ahead of you, whether you're young, and you also whether you're old, but you have still have a few years left. And you see, it's no good to you to do what people want you to do and go into a job that you hate, and you waste all your life and talent and creative ability to chase something or to create something that's lasting and leaving a legacy. Now, what does have to do with the law of mind? I will tell you how to how everything that we do is basically a direction, a direction of directing our mind to which end we want to achieve. Now, you want, for instance, when it comes to achieving a goal or dream for you that's real for you, and whether you were told by your parents, by society, that it's unrealistic, that you should have a safe, secure job. But we all know that job aren't secure, that you may be laid off or fired, because like I did, last year I didn't tell you a story. I got uh, fired from a job, but the problem was he uh, he may be an entrepreneur, but he was acting like a technician. The E Myth, the book E Myth, talking about technician. He was all everything. He was an entrepreneur, technician, engineer, whatever. But I wanted to bring you the point. Most people get a job so they can survive today, but they forgot that they have a long life to live. So they forgot to prepare for the future, which soon will arrive. But they see, most people party, right? People party their life away, and they forgot that when they reach at the end of their life, if all they do is have fun, it's okay to have fun. You gotta put, if you do what you love, you're going to have fun anyway. But most people party their life away because either they try to escape life, they hate life, but it's only for a short moment they have fun. But they have to go back to their reality. Of course, there are people who already successful and they enjoy life and they party. That's okay. But if you're not successful, do you really think that if you party your life away, if you waste your money on lottery tickets trying to chase it, if you chase the wrong thing, you think you're going to have time? No. A lot of I come to realize I deal with a lot of 45-year-olds and older folks, which they waste their life because of they've been told by the society, by how if they went to school for a certain amount of years, get a degree, they will be guaranteed to live their life to win. But it seemed like they didn't. I guess they're the baby boomers. But don't work to survive. Work to create a life that you want. Don't work for the moment. Work to be create a lifestyle that we truly want. Right now, I'm making video. What am I doing? I'm working for a future that I want. You know, Les Brown always say that if you don't fight for if you don't fight for your dream, you know your dream. I forgot. Life is a fight for territory, right? That's what he said. And if you don't fight for that, it will automatically take over, right? And that's what happened to life. That's what happened to many people. They constantly try to do what the average person does. They do what's been told that if they don't, that is the right thing to do, but they never find a creative outlet for them. So what people forget is the work from 9 to 5 and spend all their money on materialistic thing or stupid things that doesn't have a high return on investment. And so they waste their time in life chasing the wrong thing, a mirage. What I'm saying is to prepare for the future, we must do it today. We can never think about uh, wasting our money for so we can go back. I mean, think about it. If you work hard from your 9 to 5 job, why are you wasting your money? Because people are there to survive. They need their basic needs. You know, they have bills to pay. Their kids they have to look after. They have to pay their kids college tuition. But they forgot the reason why they're in that mess in the first place because they didn't have a goal in mind to create a lifestyle that's stable, that they want, that they forgot that in the moment they needed that. And so they work their butt off just to get a paycheck and they spend their hard earned money for things. Nothing wrong with that. But I'd rather you much go to work to create a lifestyle. It's about going to work and creating a lifestyle that you want. And when we aren't focusing our mind or don't set goals for ourselves, we tend to coast off and fell off track and lose our way. And when we hit 45, because and disaster happened because we didn't set goals. And I deal with that a lot about that. Don't go to work for the moment. Go to work to create a life that you want. So you won't regret not doing your dream. So you won't regret not going after something that's meaningful for you. So what's that have to do with this? It's a chapter. So I have this in my hand. Joseph Murphy, How to Use the Laws of Mind. Right. I'm going to read you. Fulfill your desire. God is forever seeking expression through you. God speaks to man through desire. If you're sick, you desire health. If you're poor, you desire wealth. If in prison, you desire freedom. If in lost in jungle, you desire to find your way out and be secure. The realization of your desire is your savior. Everyone is his own savior, and every man answers his own prayer because whatever he really believes comes to pass. You have a desire to grow, expand, unfold, and realize your heart desire. You desire to be greater tomorrow than you are today. If you're a musician, you don't want to be a mediocre musician. You desire to excel so that your music may stir the soul of men and women. Scientists desire to know more about the secret of the genetic code. Other sciences devolve into the secret of atom. The desire or a hunger for more knowledge of cosmic laws and the secrets of the universe is continuing to bless mankind in countless ways. The urge to express is in everything and everywhere. Your innermost desire, your real innermost desire is to find your true expression in your life, where you're doing what you love to do, divinely happy and divinely prosperous. You may do six things well, but there's one thing you can do better than the six. That is your true place or true expression. Your higher self knows all your talents and will reveal to you the answer. Affirm the infinite intelligence within me, reveal my true place in life, and follow the lead which come clearly into my conscious reasoning mind. The lead will come to you. Follow it. You desire to express yourself at your highest level and exercise your faculty at the highest degree, and you desire a marvelous and wonderful income consistent with integrity and honesty. Desire is a basic in life. Desire is. It's impossible to get rid of desire. If you're hungry, you want food. If you're thirsty, you want water. A man asked the electrical wizard Thomas Edison, Mr. Edison, what is electricity? Edison said, electricity is use it. You can use the power to bless mankind in countless ways. Infinite intelligence can open a new door of expression for you. If you call upon it, you will get an answer. There is an answer. Realize that desire is the motivating force behind all the progress and advancement in science, art, industry, and in all phases of life. It's the moving principle behind all of your achievement. There is an answer for every true desire of heart. There's a right way to fulfill your desire. So sincere desire. You could not desire unless you the answer to desire realize. Realize the infinite spirit which gave you desire will reveal you the perfect plan for unfoldment in divine law and order. So here's the thing. If you have a lot of time in your life, so what do we need to do with that time to create a life that we want in the future? Because whether or not we're creating anyway, and when we create, we will arrive at that certain point. We will. But is it to your liking? Is it to um is it is it what you want? It doesn't make you happy. Is it there? Like, does it make you smile and get up, right, out of bed at night, in the morning? Does it light you up? Yes, life is full of surprises. Life, you know, most people want to do easy things, right? And they've been struggling so hard, so they will find an easy way to do things, right? But no, don't do that. Success itself is powerful incentive. For the life principle in you, it's always seeking expression through you at a higher level. You are successful when you lead a full and happy life. When you are expressing yourself at the highest level and contributing your talent to the world. In a successful undertaking, you rise as high as you can, and your enterprise is of benefit to humanity. It brings you material reward, and its production is a pleasure to you. Success is many-sided, however, and what is deemed success by one may be regarded as failure by another. And when it comes to our mind, there's, I think I always talk, I guess I haven't talked about the mind a lot, but the mind is a very interesting place um, that which activate our habits, right? And sometimes it's scary that the habits take over, right? We act on instinct, right? Until we, you know, have hope coming in and it stop us from doing that bad habit because it's hard to replace because we've been keep conditioning our mind for to do bad things, right? Not necessarily bad, but it's a habit because it's like The reason why, if you understand, if you market, let's say Coca-Cola, right? Most people drink soda, Coca-Cola. Damn, I have not drink soda for a very long time. That's the truth. When I was a kid, I uh, I said I would drink soda for the rest of my life, right? I remember I was drinking uh soda, cherry coke or something. I remember I drink the whole my life. Now I just drink tea or coffee, but now coffee is like replaced of soda. But everybody drinks soda, right? Everybody drinks Coca Cola. How you know Coca Cola, right? How do you know? Because you drink that when you were a kid. So what happened? Well, the funny thing is, you will become a customer to a Coca-Cola or a drink. You will become a repeated customer. They're smart because they market to young kids. So when they grow old, they become a frequent current customer and or a customer for a long forever. It's just like a whether you grew up a your favorite cartoon or favorite something that you grew up with, it'll stick with you unless you change and you don't want to deal with that anymore. But for me, it's more had to do with understanding that we have the conscious mind and the subconscious. The subconscious, I sometimes forget that the subconscious, no matter how much we say, no matter how much we know about the subconscious, but it's so powerful, man. It's like once it take over, it control your habits, it control what you do, what you eat, and it'll override your conscious thoughts sometimes or most of the time. That's why uh, it's sometimes you do things that you don't want to do, and you be like, why did I do that? That's why, because your subconscious is have all the experience, file all your experience, your habits, your thoughts patterns, your past in that, and it's like it's keep pouring in, and you can't get rid of it. But what you can do is replace it. You have only one mind, but there is two phase or function of that mind. The term used to designate these two functions of your mind are as follows: the objective mind and the subjective mind. The conscious and the subconscious mind other designate the two state of consciousness as the supraliminal and the subliminal after the old psychologists. Conscious and subconscious through this book, the objective or the conscious mind take cognizance of the objective world by means of five objective senses, where the subconscious or subconscious subjective mind is that the intelligent which manifests of all subjective states and condition in dreams, visions of night, solution to problem, the source of inspiration, guidance, healing. Your subconscious mind is the mind that take care of your vital organs when you sound asleep. Take charge of your breathing, your circulation, your blood, to see to it that your heart and all the other essential functions of your body are operating perfectly. Your conscious mind is your guide in your contract with the environment. You're constantly learning through your five senses by observation. Your subconscious mind is amenable to suggestion and is controlled by suggestion. One of the corollaries of the law of suggestion is that your subconscious mind does not engage in inductive reasoning, which means that it does not incentive a line of research by collecting facts, classifying them, and estimating their relative um, eventual value. In the method of reasoning is purely deductive. This is true whether the premise is true or false. In other words, it's deductive from a false premise, or as logical correct as uh, from a true one. Thus, if it suggests to a hypnosed subject that he's a dog, he will immediately play that role and perform the acts of a dog, as far as physically possible to do so, while at the same time believing himself to be a dog. You have the power to reject the suggestion of the other person. The suggestion of the other person have no power unless you accept it. Then they become the movement of your own mind or auto-suggestion. Your subconscious accept dominant two ideas. All of us, when we were young, malleable and highly impressible, received suggestion regarding religious belief, opinions, superstitious, false belief, and prejudice from our parents, uncles, aunts, and clergymen, teachers, and others. All of us accept the suggestion, belief, language, custom, and tradition of our parents, and environment. We had no other choice. We cannot reject their suggestion and indoctrination, as we had not yet reached the point in our lives of discernment or the capacity to differentiate between which is false and which is true. Now, they say that when you imagine the life that we want, or uh, we plant a goal, an idea into our mind, and we sink it to the subconscious mind cannot differentiate what is real and what is imagined, right? And sometimes the life that we want and the results that we have now collide collide with each other. And so what happened is the results of reality are more powerful than the image imagination when it comes to what influence in your ear and your eye. What influence your ear and your eye is the people, the environment, and your results. Because you currently think that you don't have that, so therefore you take on the action of that, so you won't have it. But if we have an idea, just like advertising, marketing and advertising is great. It's almost like the law of attraction, where marketing uh, products or service, let's say McDonald's or something we see on advertising, they keep um, putting an image into your mind repetitively. They have commercial. Even if you pass it, you still see it. But what effectively happen is they keep repeating it. You may see. Here's the thing that's great about that's not it's not great, but its analogy is that this, right, that they put an image, right, into your mind. Now what happened is you may not think about it, but you when you keep seeing it, what happened is, look, it's the same thing as idea or dream, right? Great analogy. It's the same thing as our dream and idea, right? They understand, marketers and advertisers understand that if you keep um seeing that rep, repetition, or the mere, they call it the exposure effect, you become familiar with it, you start to enjoy it. At first you hated it, but then you start to think about it and you like about it, and they go deep into your subconscious, right? It's the same thing we have to do with our ideas and dreams. Sorry, if we have to keep reprogramming, like a commercial, like advertising, like marketing, to an image. Let's say there's a commercial of McDonald's, and they repetition to your ideas and goes to the subconscious. And what happens is you get a feeling, you get an image, you play a story, you imagine yourself eating that, which people think is delicious, which it is, but it's not good for you. But people still eat it. But we gravitate toward that, and then we imagine it. We feel what it's gonna taste like. It releases feel good chemical, and then it drop, and we have that feeling of having it, and so we go buy that, and it works, right? It's the same thing as our goal. When we imagine, when we emotionalize, we think that we're having it, achieve that. Feel sometimes I forget this too, but if we do that, we will get that results. We will arrive at that place. If we imagine, if we emotionalize, if we go towards it, it may not be easy, right? But you have to believe. At first, you didn't want it. That then now you want it, and you believe that you're going to get it. You took action. So I think it's about imagining, repetition, action, and yeah. So that's and so if you want the universe respond favorably to your ideas, you have to plant a seed, an idea, an image into your subconscious. You cannot tell if it's real or not. So you have to plan it. Even if people say, what if I'm lying to myself? You're lying to yourself anyway. You're telling yourself uh, the truth in advance, as Brian Tracy said. Uh, because we're all vibration, right? They always say that your subconscious mind is like a radio station. It sends out frequency. It emits low frequency or high frequency, depending on how you influence your mind to be able to attract that into your life. It's how you magnify your ideas or dream and it pulls that into your reality. Just kick around, see what happened. And then people think it's magical. It's not magical. Well, there are other things that you must do in order to reach your goals. You gotta learn subject that you're interested in. If you want to do that, if you want to do your dream, you have to go pour your heart into that. And you say it might, you might think, oh, it might not work out. I know, we have fears and doubt. We had to deal with that fear and doubt and go move towards that and experiment and enjoy life to what it's meant to be enjoyed. And I'll see you next time. I actually love making this video. Subscribe to my channel because I'll be doing book review. Of course, I'm trying to solve people problem in the law of attraction because I think that I want to gear them in toward the right way, not the wrong way. And I'll see you next time. Bye bye.